What's up, YouTube? Welcome in for some more Gold Stake Balatro. In this video, we come across the near-perfect early game for Gold Stake, grabbing a Grimbo, which we quickly use a Hex on, followed by a blue joker to grab a gold sticker on it, and from there, we high card our way to the top. As always, if you like what you see here, subscribe for daily Balatro content. It helps support the channel and gets me closer to my goal of 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the video. Have a win or two for some YouTube vids. Could take the popcorn, the rental sticker is pretty bad. We could take the Mercury just because pairs are pretty meta. I think Buffoon Pack is probably the most consistent line of scoring. We could definitely take an early Grimbo. Banner's also not terrible since we're on red deck, and we also need a gold sticker on it, but it's perishable, so we're probably not taking that. I think Grimbo is a pretty good play. Can maybe take the Mercury, but we don't necessarily need to. I think I'm going to skip that for right now. We can go for a flush and then just play a bunch of pairs alongside it. There we go. Or I guess high cards work fantastically as well. Hang on, I want to make sure that we get enough points to win. Okay, should have let that scale a bit more. Pretty bad at math. Smash like. Anyway. Splash with a Grimbo build if we're playing like high card, pair, something like that is not that bad. We could take a Matador for some money, but it's eternal, so that's probably a gambit that is maybe not so good. Take a Jumbo Arcana, but that's quite a bit of our money, and the Celestial Pack, we don't really have anything in particular that we're looking to play right now. I think I'm just going to take the Splash, just because, you know, if we're playing, again, like pairs or high cards with Grimbo, gets us extra chips for the early game. In the late game, we can hit maybe some enhancements that we otherwise wouldn't. And we also need a gold sticker on it, so just like, why not, right? Let's play the debuffed card, see if we can get one more Grimbo scale here. Perfect. And then pair of queens. Bang. So far, so good. Well, look at what we got here. What's up, Schmeckles? You are Schmeckles, right? Or are you a different chatter who has their full legal on their profile? All right, let's just immediately go next. Nope, nothing really pickles my tink there. We can play the pair. Nah, it's me. Okay, that's what I figured, but I just wanted to make sure. We could play the straight. That's a lot of points. Maybe is too many points. That's okay. We're looking for money on small blinds. We could take a to the moon. The problem is we're not at high enough interest where that pays off with the rental seal, especially after the rental seal puts us down another $1, so maybe we don't take that right now. We could take the Arcana pack and or the Celestial pack. Kind of inclined to just keep going next here. I guess we could take To the Moon, because To the Moon gets us to 15, the rental tag would put us at 12, and then the interest from To the Moon would be $4. So that's still like a net positive. Let's take To the Moon, why not? Could also take a Buffoon tag here, but I think we probably, especially with To the Moon, probably want more shops instead of more jokers at the time being. Still grounded too. It's a tough life out here. Sighs audibly. Crazy. Well, I'm sorry you're still grounded, man. Appreciate you still finding a way to, you know, join the stream. It's much appreciated, dog. Okay, so that puts us down to $12, but we get the money from the blind, we get the money from hands, and then the $4 from To the Moon kind of offsets the rental tag. I think To the Moon is going to end up being pretty good. Maybe Delayed Grat is like the same kind of thing, since we're not really discarding, since we have Grimbo. and especially so since we're on red deck, maybe we take the delayed grat because the money that it generates kind of offsets the rental tag on it. We're already going down $1 of interest too, so we could take the spectral pack. Do we have an AC/DC fan here? Yeah, we do. I'm not as big of a fan as I was back in the day, to be fair, but like I still like him. Okay, we could take Grim to get some enhanced aces, maybe some lucky cards for money, maybe some gold cards for money. We could take a Hex, and then there's an Eternal Blue Joker in the shop, so we would have good chips and good malt. Maybe that's the play? It's the drummer in you? Oh, for sure. Because AC/DC has such elaborate drum tracks. I'm kind of tempted to take the Hex. And then maybe we just go Blue Joker in the next shop. It's Eternal, but like I'll tell you what, if we need a gold sticker on Blue Joker, I'll take it. If we don't need a gold sticker on Blue Joker, then I'll just skip the Hex here. We do need a gold sticker, so I think I'm gonna do this. Hex Grimbo, and then cop the Blue Joker, and then maybe since we sold our To the Moon, we cop this rental delayed grat. I think that's a pretty good play. Hello, Brainless Society. Welcome in. Okay, so now, especially since Grimbo is hexed, between the chips on Blue Joker and the malt on Grimbo, we should be fine. We eat a little bit of a charge from the rental tag on the delayed grat, but then we get a bunch of money back. Since we're on red deck, we get even more money than we normally would. Okay. Overstock in the shop is pretty cool. We probably don't take an Eternal Rental Clever Joker. We probably don't need to take a Scary Face, although we could. We're scoring 2,000 on a debuffed pair, so we probably get through this blind in like maybe one or two hands. The Flint is kind of an issue, so maybe we need to pick up some extra scoring before the Flint. It's either that or the 4 days in a row I've spent staring at the wall has started driving me insane. Wait, what did you say before that? I've been listening to the same 2 demo songs on my keyboard, right? And I swear the songs are slowly changing. I guarantee you they're not. Sell the jokers you don't want and hex the one you want. You smart have been unnecessarily gambling on whatever I get. I mean, there are times where like maybe you have 2 really good jokers. Well, no. You always want to just sell your lineup and hex the one that you want, because if you have 2 jokers that are really good that you could like take hex on either, generally you probably don't want to be buying hex in that scenario, right? If they're already like that good. Maybe you just pick one to hex, or you just skip hex instead if they're like better than it would be, you know? Anyway. Maybe Scary Face is not that good right now because we're getting plus 88 chips after the draw on Blue Joker. So even if we hit a pair of face cards, Scary Face is like not even a ×2, which is maybe not that good. I guess we don't need that much scoring to get past this boss, but I digress. Notably, we only have $26, so we maybe don't want anything from this shop. I was gonna say the delayed grat offsets that, but maybe it doesn't because of the rental tag, because if we did Buffoon Pack, that would put us to $22, and then delayed grat would take us down another interest dollar. Maybe let's just go next. Okay, we can play the... I'm just gonna sandbag here and play the high card, maybe scale Grimbo a little bit more. Play another ace high. Okay. Lots of money from delayed grat, and then full interest. We definitely don't want an Eternal Rental credit card. This morning I woke up and it was spunkier than it was yesterday. Earlier it was so much more mellow, And now it's a kind of vibey Mario Kart track and abstract jazz piece. Same exact rhythms though, just different instruments and volumes. I think you might be schizophrenic. So there's a couple lines that we could take here. We're pretty big blind, so maybe we don't want to buy overstock right this second. Especially since it would take us below interest. We could take the Emperor, and maybe if the Emperor gives us Hermit, then we're really happy because we can take like pretty much everything in the shop without feeling bad. I think the gambler in me is going to go with that play. We get a Death and a Hierophant. Maybe the Hierophant is pretty good. The Death we probably don't care about right now, but I mean, we could copy a bonus card with it. I would rather pass out than take that credit card. Yeah, this credit card. I'm normally a credit card fan, but yeah, Eternal Rental credit card is like pretty bad. Standard pack gets us to $28, so we can exactly take this standard pack without worrying about going below interest. We find a Red Seal Queen. Maybe this matters for the late game if we can put like glass on it. We also find a gold 8 and it's also foil. So maybe we could take that as well. 8's probably more of a short-term piece, and the queen is probably more of a long-term piece. I think I'm gonna take the queen. It's also not enhanced, so it's a little bit of a gamble, whereas the 8 is just free money, but I think we can probably... I think it probably pays off. Whoa! Sniper God with the tier 1 gifty. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. We could maybe make bonus cards. I don't think I'm going to, though. I think I'm just gonna sandbag a little bit to maybe scale Grimbo a bit more. Nice. One more time. Let's maybe do this for right now. We can always overwrite this with like glass or something if we need to, but maybe for the time being, we make a bonus card since Grimbo is giving us a decent bit of mult anyway, and we have some more slots for some mult jokers, right? $16. This delayed grad is pretty sick. Supernova's definitely not bad here, especially with a polychrome Jimbo. Supernova really wants us to pivot into a certain hand, though, so maybe if we buy the Supernova, we only play pair or we only play high card. I would honestly be kind of cool with high cards since we're scoring quite a bit from it anyway. Notably, the Flint, since we haven't scaled any planet cards as well, is like not that bad of a boss blind as it normally would be, since like all of our scoring is coming from our jokers anyway. Let's first and foremost take this Supernova. Then I want to look in these Arcana packs. Out of curiosity, do you only have the Balatro music on with every stream? Is this music your absolute jam? Yeah, I just only run the Balatro music just because I think it would be... I don't want to say it would be annoying to have other tracks in the background, but also I upload a lot of the runs from this stream to YouTube for people who just want to like watch, essentially have a second raffle to watch and just want to watch like runs. And for that demographic, it maybe is kind of annoying to have like other OSTs in the background besides Balatro, especially for people who use it as sleep aid, because I know that's like a big thing in the Balatro YouTube video meta. It would probably be kind of annoying to have like DK Island Swing in the background if you're like trying to sleep, right? It would be sacrilegious not to, LOL, and YouTube doesn't love you in terms of copyright. That exactly too. Why not get the voucher? We could definitely get the voucher, but I wanted to open at least one pack to see if there was maybe some money that we could score, which we can definitely get money here, but I think we're going to avoid opening the other pack and just take the voucher. We maybe don't get as much interest, but delayed grat. Okay, well, that immediately solves that problem. Never mind. We still don't take this pack, though, so that we can have maximum interest. Balatro soundtrack slaps? Absolutely. Hang on, I gotta catch up with Twitch chat. My oldest brother just started Elden Ring. Think he got jealous of me beating it right in front of him. Also 1 week till I'm free from school. Hell yeah. I think school here has 2 weeks left. Yeah, school here has 2 weeks left. But still not bad, right? Okay, we have our Red Seal Queen in hand, so that probably gets us out of any binds that we could potentially get into with this boss. Yeah, we're still scoring, like, hilariously high, though, for Flint especially, so we're kind of chilling. Probably are playing high cards, just because we have Supernova. Tarot Merchant is kind of cool, but I would like to see more Jokers in the shop for the immediate time being, so we maybe take this towards the end of the ante. The Balatro soundtrack is oddly sleep-inducing. It's just calming, right? Like, I don't know, it's just pretty somber. Speaking of Raffle, I've been watching a bunch of your old videos since I literally have nothing better to do. Interesting. I don't think... We definitely don't want Eternal Seance with what we're doing, and Eternal Hallucination is probably also not that great. And neither of these rentals really do anything for us immediately. So I think we'll just take this Luchador and sell it immediately. I like falling asleep to Balatro music. See, that's what I mean. Level up high card. We could take a reroll, but we're pretty much only looking for planet packs from this. I guess we could gamble on this Judgment. We lose $1 of interest if we do this, but I'm a big fan of gambling, so let's do it. You know what? Out of sheer principle and because of the fact that if I sell this, I still don't get my $1 of interest back. So I'm just going to keep Jimbo for the ride. I think that's kind of funny. Okay. Let's continue to scale our high card. Man, we are scoring so incredibly high, even with, like, not that high of high card. That's... It's contradictory to say that that's an issue, because that means we're not dying, but, like, it is a little bit of an issue since Grimbo is not exactly doing the utmost of scaling. Let's check a Buffoon pack. Probably don't need 3 scaling plus mult Jokers. I am just going to take this over Jimbo purely because of it being holographic. It's strictly better, but we're probably not pivoting into this when we have Polychrome Jimbo and Eternal Supernova. Probably want some times mult or just something else that's going to get us more value. Bang. Ghost, I don't remember if I said hello, but hello, Ghost. We could take the Death for more, like, enhanced cards. We could look in the Jumbo Arcana pack. Can you guys tell by my cadence of speaking that I fell asleep to Balatro University last night? I actually didn't... Well, I fell asleep to him, but I also, for the first time in my life, watched, like, a full video of theirs. And it was very inspiring. I feel like my Balatro IQ unironically skyrocketed after watching that video to completion. We could maybe take Tarot Merchant here, especially if we're like doing the Grimbo Supernova high card route. Maybe enhanced cards are really good for us. And Tarot Merchant makes those easier to find. We could take a Photograph. Probably don't take it right now, since the Photograph right now is +3 mult. The holographic from the red card is still +10. We'll do one more reroll, and then we'll take the Tarot Merchant. Did the worst thing after coming home from school have an after-school nap, went from my bed to my basement couch, half body hanging on the sides, sweating, questioning if it was already tomorrow, and also no memory on how I got there. Nice. Yeah, I've definitely had some moments like that, specifically in my senior year, where I would take a nap after school, and I would just question if anything was real. The mark is kind of awkward for our death card in hand, because normally I would copy more of the bonus queens. But we can't see the face card that we would be copying, so maybe it's not the bonus queen, and maybe if we don't copy the bonus queen, we are extraordinarily sad. I guess not extraordinarily sad, because it's like still a net positive to have more queens in the deck, but like it maybe isn't as good as it could be is what I'm getting at. So I think we just hold on to him. We could take the standard pack without worrying about interest. Let's maybe not take any of these since I don't... We could take the Lucky 7, but I think our Econ with Delayed Grat is probably fine. So maybe we don't take these and we just look for, like, we just hope for more seals. Okay. How are you tonight? I'm doing all right. All right, I got to catch up on YouTube chat now. In the Balatro 1v1 you did with Will, I think y'all were yapping about how amazing Raffle was to watch because he's so knowledgeable. Oh, how that's aged. I mean... Okay, this is going to get me back on my, like, Raffle high horse. I don't hate Raffle, bro. I don't hate Raffle. I hate the way that he interacts with his chat. But as a creator and as a Balatro player, I think he is entertaining and very knowledgeable. But the way that he interacts with his chat drives me up a wall, to say the very least. Which is why I maybe don't necessarily watch him anymore. Okay, foil blue joker. I can live with that for sure. Let's maybe play the lucky queen since we have it in hand so that we could maybe get some money. Probably don't need that money, but like money is cool nonetheless. Okay, let's play a high card 2. My family also told me they were screaming my name. Both parents tried to wake me up and brought pizza. How did I sleep through all that? That is crazy. I think, especially with the newly found foil, we probably have enough chips to where maybe banner isn't worth taking over, like, red card, and we definitely don't want to take it over delayed grat. Let's maybe look in our standard pack. I guess we could take Hungman since we have, like, buffed queens already. Let's maybe look in a standard pack. The glass ace is somewhat enticing, but we don't really have retrigger tech, so I don't know if I want to commit to that just yet. And everything else here is maybe not that good. We do have a stone card, which could be cool as well, but maybe it's not so good for the same reason, where like we don't have retrigger tech. Also, glass is only +4 mult now that I'm looking at it, so it's literally that of a... what's it called? It's literally that of a mult card at this point in time, so maybe we don't take the glass right now. If I had the ability to take one nap... I took so many naps my senior year of high school, but after I graduated, I could probably count on one hand. It's been a year almost on the dot. It'll be a year on the dot in like 2 days after I've graduated high school. I could probably count on 3 fingers the amount of times I've taken a nap on any given day. Did we ever get the glass conditional Joker sticker? We have not gotten a glass Joker sticker. I don't think I have a single sticker on glass Joker. Maybe skip. I thought retriggered glass card was the Balatro meta. It is, but we don't have a way to retrigger it right now, so it's maybe not super worth. I could take a so the purple seal is costing us a mult on the green Joker, but in exchange we get a tarot card, and it's also just a bonus ace that we could play if maybe we don't want to waste the mult on Grimbo if we don't need a tarot card. I think the purple seal is definitely worth picking up. We can reroll once. Let's... Okay, so there's a couple of options that we could do. We could take Seeing Double, but without Splash, that's completely worthless because we're playing high card. We could take the Emperor, but I kind of want to keep the Hungman in hand. We could actually take both of these. I think I'm going to do that. Let's take the Emperor, and then let's spin. Get a nope. That's unfortunate. Go next. It is, but we're also playing high card with like only 4 mult, so you're doubling absolutely jack twice, so it's not really worth. I mean, it's worth later on in the game, right? But yeah, right now, exactly what Schmeckles said is maybe not so good right this second. We could make more bonus cards. I'm super down to do that. We could play the high card 9. Do we maybe want to sift for that purple seal? I don't think it's worth sifting for, but I think it's... I don't think it's ever worth sifting for, but I think it's always worth discarding for. And maybe we play the ace of clubs to, like, find... Like, maybe we play ace high there to cycle 5 cards so that we can find it without using our discards. We could play the flush for a lucky card. We could play the high card for a lucky card. Does flush win? No, it absolutely does, because we have 2 bonus cards and a bunch of jokers outside of Supernova. I think we just play the high card queen to see if we get money from that, and we don't. Did you enjoy your butt getting touched today? I did, Andy. I know you're 19, but the beard adds about 6 years to you. Ain't nobody would ID you in the great state of Utah. I had a laugh the first time. For the people in this chat who know the Unseen Explosion, I had a very big laugh the first time I talked to him. Because the Unseen Explosion is 28. Pre 2 weeks ago, he was 10. He was a decade older than me. He thought that I was like 24, and I literally thought he was somebody that maybe graduated like a year ahead of me. The Unseen Explosion does not look his age whatsoever. He looks 10 years younger than he is. Like, he looked 19 to me when I was 18, and he thought that I was way older than I was, which I thought was kind of funny. Should I be concerned? No, it's fine. It's fine. Guess who got too sleepy in their pilots? I'm going to assume pilots class and dropped a metal bar on their forehead. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Ghost. That's unfortunate. Okay. Let's take the Hungman here. Let's open the Celestial Pack for the guaranteed Pluto. I know you're 19 is an absolutely wild way to start a sentence. Without context, maybe. Okay, let's hang our lower cards. And then maybe we make a gold ace since we're playing our lower cards to scale the Grimbo. Pilates? Is that really how it's pronounced? That's crazy. It does not look like that at all, but I trust you. The fish on a high card build is maybe a little bit frustrating. Excuse me, but I don't think it matters that much. Let's sacrifice the Jimbo Mult. I think that was a really good play. Let's maybe put our lucky cards. I don't want to put the lucky cards on the red seal because that's like mega gambling. So maybe we put the lucky cards on like these. And then we don't really have anything else in the deck. I guess we could look for the gold ace. So maybe we do play a bunch of cards at once. 19,000 on a hand. I'm lying? Why would you trust me? Well, Ghost said yep. So apparently you're not lying. Double lie, I wasn't lying, but now you know you can't trust me. See? See? Okay, we'll attempt to sandbag here. I don't think we actually... I don't know why I did that. I should have played the lucky card. There was no way that a lower high card was even getting close to us losing. Or not winning, rather. We could take the ramen, because at this point, the red card is plus 16. If we sold the red card, we would still get... bare minimum, not even looking at Supernova, plus 64 from Grimbo, and that's also before Polychrome. So Ramen is a huge upgrade from red card, so I think we definitely take that. I'm also gonna take reroll surplus. We could have opened a like a Celestial pack, we could have opened an Arcana pack, but this blind is 60k, so we maybe don't need like any more scoring, especially with the addition of Ramen to score out of this blind. So I think we're completely fine to just go next. We can play the King High. I mean, this wins, but I guess the purple seal, when we already have the gold card in hand, maybe we don't care about the purple seal. I don't think I care about it enough to like cycle cards and get rid of Molt on Grimbo. Blame the guy with that last name, Joseph. Hang on, I gotta look up how to say it again. Pilates. What a goofball, man. Okay, this could be kind of funny. We could take a foil Space Joker. Maybe we don't take it because it's Eternal. I think if this was not Eternal, or even if it was Rental, this would be like a snap pick at this point in the game over Delayed Grat. But with it being Eternal, I don't know if I really love this. So I think I am going to skip the Space Joker. We could death a bonus queen or a lucky king. We could make more lucky cards, or we could make a wild card. Wild card for what we're doing probably just gets that particular card debuffed on more bosses, and that's it. I think maybe we death the bonus queen. How many more gold stickers needed? I don't know exactly the number of gold stickers needed, but I think we have like 60 or 70 gold stickers currently in our possession. That's completely speculative. I don't know for certain, but I think that's about how many we have. We could make a glass card. We could also copy our purple seal, which I'm somewhat inclined to do, particularly because it's a bonus card. So like worst case scenario, it's just a bunch of chips, which is not that bad. What's our boss? The Clurb? I don't think we care about the Clurb whatsoever. Let's maybe make another purple seal ace, and we'll go next. Probably don't want the ethereal tag. I must say, if we had an Elden Ring or basically any Metroidvania, I'd watch all the way through. Stream, I forgot y'all can't read my mind. Are you talking about like playing on stream? I've been thinking about doing some variety content here or there. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but I have been thinking about it. Catching Shock Live, Bod Boy No More. Welcome in Help a Gamer Hotline. W username. That's actually sick. Appreciate you being here, man. Let's maybe keep all of our lucky cards in hand just so I can gamble on Molt and or money. Let's maybe do this to try and find some more. I guess our purple seal is what we're looking for the most. Big love, my dude. I've binged so many of my videos. Hell yeah, brother. That's what I love to hear. We probably don't want a rental bull, especially with foil blue joker. We've scaled high card a decent bit. That's maybe not that great. It's kind of like a quasi ×2, I guess, with our current chips. Purely talking about jokers, not necessarily like high card scaling and such, but I think we just don't take it anyway. Says the man who said that niching down to Balatro was very beneficial for them. Well, that's why I would... Okay, see, this is what I'm thinking. Also, snap picking the blue seal. The blue seal is huge. If I were to do variety content, I would probably start a new channel for it, because I want to continue doing the daily Balatro uploads on my channel, since A, they do so well, and B, they're pretty damn fun to make. But I've also been thinking about... Because there aren't many days where I have like a ton of time that I could be doing it, but there are days where I have time that I'm just like sitting at my desk where like I could be making things, but I'm not. So maybe like during that time I could just have some early streams where we just play random variety stuff, and then I could put that on like a second channel type shit. I don't know. It's a very much so like work in progress idea, but I have thought about it a little bit. Anyway, let's ship this. Okay. Let's maybe discard the purple seal. Hungman. Oh, I completely forgot about Ramen. That was a pretty big misplay, but we also got a Hungman and we got our blue seal in hand, so it's fine. If you were to switch it up, what would you want to pivot to? If I were to like pivot the entire channel to a different game, I probably wouldn't if I'm keeping it 100% real. We've been thinking Battlefront 2, and I've been trying to get him to play Siege. I'm not playing Siege. First off, I'd be ass at Siege, but second off, Siege is ass, so I'm not playing it anyway. So Tarkov, got it. For sure, for sure. Cheese tasting channel? Wait, you actually are onto something there. Chat. Starting tomorrow, we're a cheese tasting channel. Gouda is the first video. Maybe because we have so many queens and because we need some extra scoring. See, glass is still like not... I think I'm just going to take temperance here. Like, glass cards are really good for in the late game, but we still don't have like a chat or something like that. So we maybe like... Especially since our high card is only level 7, we maybe don't want the glass cards. They really want me to take them, though. Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom 3. Wait, that's calm. Gouda? You could Gouda so much better. Chat, am I stupid if I say I don't understand the joke there? Chat, do I look like a big dumb idiot? We could take a Lucky Cat, and it would be Times Mult, which is very good for us, especially staring down the barrel of Anti-7. Especially maybe staring down the barrel of the Eye. The problem with Lucky Cat is we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 Lucky cards in a 49-card deck. And we're playing high cards, so we're maybe playing 1, 2 lucky cards per blind, and they're definitely not guaranteed to trigger, so the Lucky Cat is probably just a ×1 joker for ever, which is really bad. We could take To the Moon. I think To the Moon is actually more econ than Delayed Grat at this point in time, so I will rotate him in for the time being. This boss is really scary. I'm very glad that we picked up, what's it called? Director's Cut. I think we Director's Cut next ante. Maybe if I was paying attention more and I remembered that we had Director's Cut, maybe I saved $10 for a reroll, because this boss probably murders us, but I think we can do it next ante and still be kind of fine. We still get like a full shop beforehand. United States has a huge cheese culture, but only for like 2 different cheeses. LOL, ain't nobody knows about Gouda. Bro, Gouda is underrated, all right? I will say that. Gouda is comp, man. I really want to discard the max to cycle cards in, but maybe with the ramen, we only discard the purple seal, and that's it. Maybe we do the same thing there. Gonna copy this blue seal. The blue seal is comp. I think Sun is effectively just a $1 voucher, which I'm not like hugely disappointed with. Let's maybe play these 3 so that I can cycle some cards. Okay, how many points do we get with the bonus queen? Bonus queen gets us, after the Grimbo +1, 60k probably. Bonus red seal queen, that is. Just under 60k. Okay, we scale Pluto. We get lots of money from To the Moon. I must agree, whole grade keeps on talking about some shadow character. What is Siege even about at this point? I mean, it looks cool. Like, I've watched Siege content, and it looks like it would be fun to play, but I just think it would be ass at it, and I don't think anybody wants to watch a Balatro player learn how to play Siege for what would probably be, like, 10 hours before I got good. Like, even relatively good. We could take a standard pack here. Maybe we should be looking for more scoring, so maybe we reroll instead of taking the standard pack. We could also find like a blue seal or something. I think I'm gonna reroll here. Marble Joker's not great, but it is kind of scoring. I would maybe be inclined to take a Marble Joker just for the time being, if it wasn't Eternal. Nelly with the follow, welcome in. Let's take this Empress and reroll one more time. Hollow Astronomer, pretty not great. I think I am going to take Tower here over Empress. Hollow Astronomer's really bad, bro. It's got me geeked. And I forgot to save $10 again. So we'll just reroll right now. The arm is frustrating, but we probably pass away less on the arm than we do on the eye. Let's maybe make a stone card, and then let's scale Pluto, since we're probably going to be losing a lot of levels to the arm. Let's discard the purple seal. Steel is not that great. Maybe we save it for the boss, since we can probably get out of this blind somewhat easily. Chip it. Quantum Nelly is my Twitch account. Better believe I want them stream notifs. I got you. I got you. Appreciate the follow, man. Let's play the lucky card. So we're getting... That was a bonus queen, right? So bonus queen... Oh, bonus queen with stone card. Nets us 76k. When is it a good idea to scale high card? Always feels like a waste to me as a new Balatro player in comparison to focusing on anything else. High card is the utmost of consistency for a build. Generally, with a run like mine, you maybe want to do pair more often, because pair has synergy with more things. Like the duo is a very easy ×2 if you can find it to fit into pair builds. There's lots of early jokers that say, like, if hand contains a pair, do yada yada yada, which is probably better. Scaling pair also gets you more points than high card. But high card gives you, like, the ultimate freedom with, like, what cards you want to leave in your hand, how many cards you want to play. You're 9 times out of 10, you're going to be top decking at least one pair anyway, so you're never really going to have to worry about drawing a pair. But high card, since it's literally just playing any card, you are always guaranteed to have high card in hand, which is almost never relevant, but, like, it can be. Generally, high card is just a little bit more consistent, but pairs, I would say, are still probably better just because they synergize with more things, they scale faster, etc. For this run in particular, we did high card just because it was easy early on because of Supernova hitting it. We maybe take a Celestial pack go next here just to offset some of the damage that the arm is going to inevitably do to us. What are we looking for to score out of the arm? Probably looking for our Red Seal Queens, probably looking for our Stone card. I think the ultimate hand would be high card, Red Seal, bonus Queen, Stone card. If we could top deck both of those, that would be pretty cool. I would even be maybe willing to discard. Ramen makes it really hard for us to discard. Maybe we don't want to discard. I think we can just barely make it out of here alive, but it's going to be a little bit tough. Let's maybe put our Steel on this Blue Seal, since we're going to be wanting to keep our Blue Seal in hand anyway. Let's maybe save the Queen for if we have a rock. Most used by far for me is scaling 2 pair, but I find that it's harder to adapt late game if I don't get lucky. Yeah, absolutely. And also what Schmeckles said in chat, there's like a lot less stuff that cares about 2-pair specifically, so it can be a little bit difficult to just find combo pieces for it. In general, I would say pair is better than 2-pair. Obviously, pair, like the planet cards, scale faster, and spare trousers is like an incredibly strong scaling joker. You could probably make an argument that spare trousers is the best scaling mult joker in the game. But you're trading a lot of consistency. You have to play double the amount of cards, and more importantly, you have to find double the amount of cards in your hand in order to reliably play 2-pair as opposed to pair. So maybe it's not all that great. Just for a little bit more scoring. Because all the same jokers care about 2-pair, so literally the only thing that you're getting from 2-pair is it scales slightly higher than pair, which is good, but like maybe it's not as good as we think it is. Let's maybe play the ace high just to cycle more cards instead of relying on... the mult trigger is pretty cool though. Let's ship this. Damn. The mult trigger on a steel with a steel card could have been very nice, which is why I wanted to try that, but that's okay. Let's do this. Yeah, and then I think even with all the damage that the arm has done to our planet card scale, I did not know that you could do this with the boss blind pucks. That's kind of hilarious. No competitive value whatsoever, but like that's kind of funny. I think with this red seal bonus queen, we definitely still win here. Okay, huge. I found that out when I got mobile. I had no idea that you could do that. That actually made me so happy for no reason. If there was Balatro merch, I would immediately burn all my money to buy the pants IRL. Yo, IRL spare trousers. I know you've brought this up in my stream before, but IRL spare trousers would go so incredibly hard. Let's maybe open the Buffoon pack just to find more scoring. I know my chat is going to yell at me to take the dagger, but dagger is absolutely not the play here. Purely because the only thing that it could hit is a green joker, which is already way better than dagger could ever be, or a ramen, which exact same case. So this is very unfortunately just a skip for us. I think Verdant Leaf is a little bit sad. Maybe we reroll Verdant Leaf, but I think... See, the problem with rerolling Verdant Leaf is that we could get Violet Vessel. And if we get Violet Vessel, pretty much the only... Like, Verdant Leaf, we still have a decent chance to win against if we find a good Joker to take. Violet Vessel, we, like, guaranteed die on the build that we're playing. Let's maybe take this planet pack, do a little bit of scaling. Let's reroll one time just to see if there's anything good here. Maybe Foil Swash we could rotate in just for some more points. Since we probably need more points to get past Verdant Leaf and maybe a couple of these blinds. I could be convinced to do that for the time being. It's gonna neuter our econ for a second, but that's okay, methinks. Let's maybe try and get glass on one of these red sea. Well, I guess if we're Verdant Leafing, it doesn't really matter. Never mind. Let's do this. I thought Director's Cut was only for one blind. It's one reroll per boss. So we could still definitely use it here. And it is only a 1 in... How many like endgame bosses are there? There's 6, right? Or are there 5? Blinds. 1, 2... Oh, there's only 5. So it is only like a 1 in 4 that we lose, because Cerulean Bell we probably care about not at all. Acorn... we only have 1 times mult joker, so Acorn just beforehand, we literally just grab Ramen and shift it to the right, and then Acorn's a big nothing burger. Crimson Heart could be pretty bad, but like it's probably just as bad, if not a little worse than Verdant Leaf. Maybe rerolling is not that great here, because Crimson Heart is probably worse than Verdant Leaf on average, and Vessel is, like, impossible. Amber Acorn and Cerulean Bell are literally free, but it's a 50-50 to win, as opposed to, like, Verdant Leaf is maybe already a 50-50 to win, so maybe rerolling is not great. We have a Wheel of Fortune chance here. I mean, I hit the wheel earlier, so maybe that's not the best thing to be saying. I mean, the bonus is doing quite a bit for our score, to be fair, but if we're scoring... See, we scored approximately 300k on that boss, so maybe if we just find, like, one more Joker that can score us pretty well, we can win. Bull is probably not it. Could also take Hieroglyph, but I think Hieroglyph is living very dangerously. Hieroglyph gives us more time to find some combo pieces, but it also makes us still play Verdant Leaf, which Verdant Leaf at 200k points probably does not matter. But we also only have 3 hands at that point, so like maybe if we take Hieroglyph and we scale down to Ante 7 we probably breeze through, but maybe the next Ante 8 when we only have 3 hands is a big problem. I'm going to take this Arcana pack and purely just to gamble on a Hermie. We do not find the Hermie. However, we could copy a blue seal, or we could copy a red seal queen, or we could make a gold card, or we could strength, but strength literally does not matter here. I think maybe let's make our blue seal a gold card. Particularly, literally just for this blind right here. Since Verdant Leaf is obviously endgame. I'm kind of wondering if I should take this voucher. I think I'm just going to immediately go next. And try and gauge my score on this blind. The voucher is not completely rubbing me the wrong way, but I think it's still maybe pretty risky. 135k on a hand. Let's see how much... This is like a hand that we would be playing into Verdant Leaf. If this makes at least 100k, which it definitely doesn't, but if this makes at least 100k, then we can just blow all of our money on trying to find more scoring. 95k, so we're like just short. Liu definitely said that wrong with the follow. Welcome in. Thank you, man. Maybe we play a lucky card to try and get some money here. So yeah, we're making like 95,000 on a hand, which is quite literally just shy on Verdant Leaf. So maybe if we find like one more quality Joker, that Hermit there is huge. Or maybe if we, even if we just find like a Pluto or 2, we can get past this boss. A Polychrome from a wheel would be really cool. Unfortunate. We could take another Pluto. That's comp. Hollow Constellation this late in the game is definitely not the play. Nor is Ride the Bus. None of these really do anything for us. I'm somewhat tempted to take Hieroglyph. I think maybe we just burn all of our money here to try and find something in this last shop. And then we go to Verdant Leaf. I think we're going to end up being fine. Obviously, since all of our cards are debuffed. Oh, wait, I guess we could... Yeah, I've been thinking about this, like, very wrong. I completely forgot that you can sell a Joker to get rid of the Verdant Leaf debuff. Is selling a foil Swashbuckler maybe worth it? We have our Steel card in hand, too, and a bonus 5. The bonus 5 is admittedly a little awkward. But we were making pretty decent score without the Swashbuckler. Maybe we sell the Swashbuckler to get our enhancements back. Let's maybe play one hand I'll play this hand with everything debuffed, and we'll gauge where our score is. Obviously, we scaled Pluto more, so if we make 100k in a hand, we can just leave. And maybe if we don't, maybe if we're just shy, we sell the swash. Okay. In theory, we're completely fine. Still going to be a little bit wary, but in theory, we're completely fine. There's another 100k. It's going to be close just because Blue Joker is not giving us as many points, but I think we are completely fine to take the W here as long as I continue to play high card. Nice. That's a W. That is a first game dub. Holy moly. It's been a while since we had a first game W. That run was an hour long. I can tell that I was... I said last night that I was watching Balatro University, and I felt like my Balatro IQ went up by quite a bit. I can definitely tell that I was taking some Balatro University into consideration here because this was an hour-long run. Normally my runs take like half that amount of time. But turns out when you actually think through every play and like think about what's in your shops instead of just snap picking random shit, you actually like win your runs. Who would have thought of that? Crazy piece of Balatro tech for the noobs out there.